ভাইও অথবা ভাইও জানে না যে আমার স্টুডেন্ট ভিসা, পাসপোর্ট ওকে করার দেখার পরে ভাই বললো তোর তো স্টুডেন্ট ভিসা।
আমি জানতাম না যে স্টুডেন্ট ভিসায় কাজ করা অবৈধ।
We're about to check out the woods where these workers come to hide out at night.
These are college students, but they're also victims of a human trafficking network.
I bring around 8,000 Bangladeshi students myself. 8,000.
It's a network that stretches from Bangladesh to Malaysia and robs students of their money and education.
These agents all around Bangladesh is taking advantage of students' innocence.
There's a lot of money involved. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands of ringgit, we're talking about millions of ringgit.
তোমাকে বাংলাদেশে মালয়েশিয়ান এমবাসি তোমাকে ভিসাটা দিতে 3 মাসের এখানে অনুমতি আসার জন্য। হ্যাঁ, এরপরে আসলে কলেজে পাসপোর্ট জমা দিতে হলে দিলে
Believe it or not, there are 400 people living just in this area alone. It's really ironic that they're building 30-story condos and things like that, but their housing units are made out of like scrap wood.
This is a kongsi. It's where construction workers in Malaysia stay. Almost all the workers we met at these kongsis were undocumented. We also found many who were college students.
এটা হচ্ছে তোমাকে বাংলাদেশ থেকে দিছিল না 3 মান্থস ভিসা। এরপর আসে তো
ফার্স্ট টাইম যখন আমাকে বলছিল তখন প্রথম চান্সে যেটা আমাকে বলছিল যে আমার প্রমোশন ভিসা 2 বছরের জন্য, সেখানে আমি যে বিজনেসও করতে পারবো এবং যে কোনো একটা কাজ কামে বা জবের একটা লাইন পাবো আর কি, এমন ধরনের কিছু ছিল। পরবর্তীতে যে আমাকে স্টুডেন্ট ভিসা এটা দেখালো যে তুমি 1 বছর বৈধ থাকতে পারবে, আর 1 বছর পরবর্তীতে তুমি ওই স্কুলের বা ওই কলেজের টিচার দ্বারাই বৈধতা হতে পারবে। আমি জানতাম না যে স্টুডেন্ট ভিসায় কাজ করা অবৈধ।
Student visas are being used to smuggle migrant workers into the country, especially from Bangladesh. This is Biplo. He's another worker who came with a student visa. He's now working as a cleaner in a mall. When he arrived in late 2015, he was only 14 years old.
আমার বড় ভাই তিনি এজেন্টের টাকা দেয় বাবার কাছ থেকে, প্রায় 3 লাখ টাকার মতো নিয়ে এজেন্টকে দেয়। ঠিক আছে, এজেন্ট একটা ডেট দেয়, ওই ডেট অনুযায়ী ভাই আমাকে এয়ারপোর্টে নিয়ে যায়। এয়ারপোর্টে নিয়ে যাওয়ার পরে এজেন্ট আমার কাছে পাসপোর্ট টিকিট বুঝিয়ে দেয়। অথবা ভাইও জানে না যে আমার স্টুডেন্ট ভিসা, এই পাসপোর্ট ওকে করার দেখার পরে ভাই বললো তোর তো স্টুডেন্ট ভিসা। তখন আমি ভাবলাম এতগুলো টাকা দেওয়া হয়েছে, এজেন্ট যেহেতু বলতেছে যে না কোনো সমস্যা নাই, মালয়েশিয়া গেলে সব ঠিক হয়ে যাবে, ভালো একটা কাজ পাবে, তারপর স্টুডেন্ট ভিসায় মালয়েশিয়া ঢুকলাম আর কি।
It costs up to 20,000 ringgit to get to Malaysia. In Bangladesh, that's 3 years' wages.
In Bangladesh, there are lots and lots of agency which comes around and tells them that, you know what, if you come to Malaysia, we'll give you a job, you can have a degree, and thus they sell the last piece of land or whatever they have, and they pay the money and come to Malaysia.
Ashik makes regular trips to Bangladesh to help repatriate victims of human trafficking.
I see that at least half of the people who are flying under student visa, they are not students. They can't even fill their name in the immigration pass in Bangladesh side. They can't even tell one word in English to prove that they have some form of education background.
But why are agents offering workers student visas instead of proper work permits? Well, the situation is complicated. In early 2016, the Malaysian government inked a deal with the Bangladeshi government to bring in up to 1.5 million Bangladeshi workers. It immediately raised an outcry from civil society and opposition political parties. To many, it meant 1.5 million fewer jobs for Malaysians in a slowing economy. The government responded by freezing the intake of migrant workers. For Bangladeshi workers in particular, it was nothing new. Malaysia has banned workers from Bangladesh several times before. According to migrant rights advocates, these constant changes in policy often drive Bangladeshis to seek clarity from agents who then find ways to smuggle them in regardless of the bans.
Basically, the freeze, officially you cannot bring workers, but demand is there and supply will also be there. So at the end of the day, the thing just happened in that manner. Of course, some of them came in under social visa, but they never go back. Another way people can come in during that period is through student visa, of course.
This is not a new problem. In 2015, the Ministry of Higher Education revoked the international student licenses of 4 higher education institutions. All 4 were booked for indiscriminately enrolling students from Bangladesh and combined had around 10,000 students. By 2017, a further 26 institutions were suspended or had their licenses revoked. But the problem clearly persists. How do these colleges continue to operate? R.AGE went undercover to find out. This college agent claims he can provide migrants with visas for up to 10 years.
Example like Bangladesh, we can say that their English is not good, so they have to study in language. So put them as a language in 1 year. So after language done, everything done, okay, they are eligible to go for diploma.
Can they extend to degree?
Yes, of course. BBA. This one 4 years. Normally MBA 1 year. PhD can go is 4 years again. But the thing is, you are able to pay the cost or not.
Students don't even need to attend classes.
See, maximum here 98% they will come here to work. So that means it's still okay. Everyone is okay on that.
Oh, but no attendance, okay?
And for the attendance, everything they take extra money, a few hundred. They do the attendance for you.
His college's international student license has been revoked, but they continue to operate by channeling students through other colleges.
For the only we don't have. We do as something like collaboration, It's like a group of companies, and we have a language center. Our work, okay. We're working for the language center as well, and for the college side, we have like last time we do have a college. This one is like our joint venture company.
How many can you take?
Currently, we can take any. How many you have, we can do it.
Aside from colleges, language centers are also being used to bring in migrant workers.
You see here we have English, okay, we have Mandarin, we have Malay language. So each one is 1 year. So you can renew for 3 years.
If the immigration come and then realize that they are not studying here, they are working and...
Then you talk money lah. All like that one lah. Yeah, we can settle. We have settled many times. 2,000 ringgit. They come, we have to settle.
The only authority that can issue student visas are immigration, not an institution. What the institution can do is only offer places and apply visa on behalf of the student.
EMGS is a company operating under the Ministry of Higher Education. It processes all international student visa applications.
All international students, they are subjected to the entry requirement for the courses that they apply for. And our function is to ensure that their qualification being tendered fulfill the minimum entry requirement as set.
The process is completely online, with clear instructions on procedures and fees. Applicants can even track the progress of their visa application online.
At EMGS, we process. So we process whatever application that we receive because the admission process is at the university.
That means that the EMGS system is impartial, vetting applicants strictly by their academic qualifications and immigration record. It's up to the colleges to ensure that the students they accept are arriving with the intention to study, not to work.
Actually, there is some investigation being conducted by immigration pertaining group of people or syndicates as bringing in workers in the pretext of students. So we practice zero tolerance for not only corruption, any wrongdoing, misuse of authority, and we request to public or any people with the information to come forward to report to us so that we can take actions against those a few bad apples within the departments if it's there. I don't think it's possible that for our colleges or your universities not to know that who is coming in. I would definitely assume that they're keeping a close eye or they're not competent on their work. There's a lot of money involved. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands of ringgit, we're talking about millions of ringgit. And this business is so profitable that if you can just manage to get one institutional or even a coaching center certificate where you can have an approval to bring students in, people will come.
But for workers who entered with student visas, their situation is dangerous.
Immigration pernah datang sini?
Immigration pun sudah datang sini.
Takut lah?
Takut orang tu mana ada pasport ini, sini tu tak ada pasport.
Sini tak ada orang ada paspor.
Ada pasport tapi
visa tak.
Visa tak ada. Saya pun ada pasport tapi saya bisa mana.
If caught working under a student visa, he would be deported, and the huge sum he paid to get here would be wasted.
Sekarang ini kamera susah.
Susah.
Sekarang susah.
Okay. A lot of these guys set out into the woods to stay at night because they're afraid of immigration raids. So right now, we are making our way to one of those hideouts.
Hari-hari jam 10 pergi saya hutang tidur. Di sebelah sana saya punya rumah ada. Ada lain orang pun dulu-dulu saja tak ada pasport. Sebelah sana Indonesia pun ada, Bangla pun ada. Jam 10, jam 12 orang cuma masuk hutang.
I'm not sure we can actually access their little huts or their makeshift huts from here, but yeah, we'll have to go check it out.
Hello. Boleh sembang sekejap ah? Ramai ke orang duduk sini?
Or actually, their agent actually told them to stay hidden place there. Now they have a kunsi, but the insecurity there, many time can be raid or something. So that's why they come and stay here.
Everywhere we looked, we found workers living in shacks out of fear. Some were even sleeping out in the open.
It's very hard. It's really very hard to explain in words the emotions that I'm feeling right now. It's just I can't believe this is happening in our own country.
The sad reality is that people who come to work in Malaysia under the student visa, they are the most exploited because they do not have any legal form of rights. If some employers want to cheat them from their salary, they can easily do that to them because they don't have any areas to voice up. And after arriving in Malaysia, they don't have any options to go back, so they suffer in darkness. তোমার মুখ দেখাইতে তো ভয় কিসের?
মুখ দেখাবো অনেকজনে মালয়েশিয়া যদি কেউ দেখে ফেললে আবার অথবা ঠিক আছে অথবা দেশের অনেকজনে জানলো যে আমি মালয়েশিয়া এমন অবস্থানে আছি, দেশের মানুষ অনেক কিছু খারাপ করলো.
Mother ka, sister ka, brother, they call her. You okay? Okay, no problem. Susah sekarang Malaysia, tapi saya salah masuk Malaysia. Dulu saya tahu, betul saya tak masuk Malaysia.
যেটা করতেছি জারিতে করতেছি আর হলো আপনার ইউনিভার্সিটি যেটা আছে আরও আছে বাট আপনার চুজ থাকলে ওগুলো করে দেয়
আমি হয়তো এখন একজনের সাথে লিংক আপ করে আপনাকে জবটা দিয়ে দিলাম
There is no facilities in the college, like no studies, nothing, and they are cheating. I saw like lot money there.